Oh, we're live. Kia ora everybody, Robett Hollis here. Welcome to the Pirate Podcast, day number 2. How are we?
We're good, man.
We're here.
Yeah,
now,
we're here.
Let's give a quick context. Yesterday we had a nice session with Matt Mock from KPMG New Zealand, alongside Mike Watton from ASB, and then also Tamati Norman. Who do we have today? State your name, where you're from, what do you do, and a quick bit of context.
Well, ladies first.
Kate here from KPMG Enterprise. So we provide accounting and advisory services to small businesses, startups, tech startups included as well.
Oh, very good. And then next alongside,
ladies first, mate.
Nikki, and I study at Belmont Intermediate.
There you go. And it's Nikki's birthday today. Happy birthday, Nikki.
Right. Okay, Rudy Bublitz. I'm with Flying Kiwi Angels, and well, I'm an angel investor.
Yep.
And Tim Galston just returned to New Zealand and also Flying Kiwi.
Very cool. So we've got KPMG here, a bunch of Flying Kiwis. Very, very cool. For those who don't know about Flying Kiwi Angels, Rudy, would you like to give a quick bit of context for anyone? This is obviously Tech Week. There's lots of tech stuff going on. And tell us a little bit about what is FKA.
Okay, Flying Kiwi Angels, we invest primarily in tech companies because they're scalable. We're the only angel group in New Zealand that doesn't take commission. We believe strongly that we want to be aligned with founders, and just like them, we're not benefiting from the investment process. Our return comes at the very end, just like for them when the exit occurs. We work collectively, do very deep due diligence, and work closely with the companies that we do support. We're very clear about saying yes and no. When we say no, we give people reasons for that. We have a company that's just undergoing DD that 2 years ago failed due diligence.
Is this the one you're working on today?
Yep. And they've come back 2 years later, haven't taken the advice, and they're now ready to take money, and it's a really good story. Our group of angels has grown from 12 about 3 years ago to now 50. And it's only people that really want to get their sleeves rolled up and be active.
Get stuck in. And then Timbo, for you, how long have you been sort of in the mix with FKA, or what's your sort of involvement from the investing side around sort of the tech space or all that stuff?
I had my own companies in Australia. That was in e-learning, and then in a financial product. Been with FKA about 6 months. And already being involved in due diligence, and it certainly makes sense to be more involved.
And you just made your way back to New Zealand?
Not even a week.
Finally! Because last time we linked up a while ago, and then you were talking about you were still going back and forth and stuff, so how the shift's over has been pretty good?
So far.
Only
I
one
don't have
weekend.
anything here yet, so it's on its way.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And obviously connected up in the KPMG this week is obviously Tech Week. Have you guys got any stuff you're sort of looking at? Give us a bit of a scope of like what you're sort of looking for, obviously, if you're in sort of this space as well.
Absolutely. Well, KPMG heavily involved in various industries, obviously, and tech is not an exemption. And we work closely with FKA, and we support them and their startup companies in any way they need. So that could be anything from business advisory, strategy planning, BCF type services, governance, all the way through to the basic accounting compliance.
And for this week specifically, are you guys all getting in the mix with anything? Like, what's your sort of take? Because I didn't actually realise that we were talking to Jennifer Clamp yesterday. There's 258 events all throughout New Zealand this week alone. I
will only be able to attend half of them.
Have you just been doing like loops? Have you actually?
No, come on. It's impossible. I mean, but yesterday I was up in Albany. There was a panel discussion, so that was pretty interesting.
What was that on?
It was kind of contrasting investors and founders. So there was 2 angels, Lance Wiggs and myself.
Yeah, from
2 investors.
Fund.
Yeah, Punakaki Fund.
He's a good dude. He's a smart cookie, that guy.
Oh yeah,
he's onto it.
A bit of a cowboy though.
Yeah.
You should have seen his hat. I mean, his hat. Oh, it's like yeah, totally. And then there was two founders. One of them, the founder of Unleashed. That was a very interesting story. Yeah, Greg Murphy.
Yeah.
So it's good session there.
Very cool. And then have you been scoping anything that you've particularly been keen on, or for the week with where you guys are sort of heading?
So we've got a few partners that are actually working in the tech space that are attending various events, and they provide sort of thought leadership type pieces as well.
What ones are those?
Personally, myself, I haven't been involved. I'm just here to support Rudy and his team in anything they need with their companies that they work with. But I'm sure there'll be some opportunities to go along.
Yeah, there's obviously a bunch on. The startup space, Rudy, you and Timbo, you guys have been in the mix. How long have you been sort of involved or investing from the startup sort of side within tech?
I started in 2010, so I've been investing for around about 7 years now. I've seen some first exit, which is exciting, which is what you need, because the failures you see always earlier. They happen faster. But yeah, I mean, now with our new group, Flying Kiwi Angels, we've been able to address a lot of what I think are shortcomings in the current model and angel groups in New Zealand, and we're having a lot of fun, and we're having a lot of great companies to work with and founders, and we're working with them in a way that's just really, really pleasant and constructive. So I'm really enjoying that.
Timbo, from your side, obviously startups mostly in the sort of tech space, how are you sort of seeing the biggest, either the last sort of 7 years or whatever that you've been into, have the challenges been the same for those sort of tech startup businesses? Are they morphing with time? Like, where do you sort of see the biggest sort of handbrakes potentially for more of the startup space within tech in the last little bit from your side?
I think it's quite different each country. Like Australia is, they're really getting into it now. Whereas New Zealand has already been there and has, you know, from the government gone through to the different private and various associations with professional companies like KPMG, very supportive. Whereas in Australia, it's only starting to come to the forefront now. So
is New Zealand ahead of Australia? In what ways specifically?
I think they encourage people to have a go, and they give them that support. You can even, start learning entrepreneurship in school here. Now they're still talking about it in Australia, so that's a great way for anyone to start in school, to start to get their heads round. Okay, I want to work for myself, and I've got an idea. Okay, what do I have to do?
So do you think that the ecosystem here is more like open to entrepreneurship in general, opposed to Australia?
It's more open. It's more transparent. I think there's a big key here, and people really do want to help. Like when I look at the FKAs, it's a very different model from a lot of the other angel groups.
Yeah.
So getting involved, you only know what you know. So if you're a programmer or whatever space you're into, you only know that side.
Yeah.
You still have to take it to market and market it and talk to the right people, get the right advice.
From a KPMG perspective, what have been the biggest, I guess, mistakes that you've seen startups making so obviously you're working alongside FKA, doing a whole bunch there. Like, is it kind of the same thing, rinse, repeat, or like where is it kind of from your side that you're seeing the biggest, I guess, mistakes ongoing from startups in the tech space?
It could be a variety of things. I guess people who don't engage that professional support and advice that's available to them in regards to the various expertise that they might not necessarily be themselves very good at. So as any startup entrepreneur, they have an idea, they potentially, just like being mentioned before, know one side of things there and may or may not be experts in anything else. And it's very good early on to have those support systems in place and people who can advise on various aspects of the business and how to take this business forward and roadmap and actually keep them accountable and set those KPIs, etc. And so when you don't have that support, you tend to just disperse yourself thin and work on too many things and wear too many hats and potentially drop the ball in some of those areas.
Now, do you, from a business perspective, are you linking up a lot more with the guys in Australia as well and seeing what's happening here and going back and forth, or how does it sort of work at a global level? Like, is everyone kind of aligned with who's sort of ahead or back, or how does it sort of work?
We also noticed that New Zealand is a little bit more, is a better climate here for small business and startups, etc. in particular, and if anything with KPMG services as well, New Zealand are ahead on some of the products and models that have been adopted out of Europe that Australia isn't providing it to their market.
So do you think we had a bit of an influence on that?
What, you?
Probably.
You're trying to take the credit.
Well, actually,
Rudy's like, It's all me.
No,
And
no,
then
no,
you
no,
get the
no, we're
support
not.
in France
Oh, no,
that
no, no, no.
co-funded when somebody wants to do business planning and improvements, etc. Advisory type scenarios, you can actually get it co-funded
No.
as well. So those things available to entrepreneurs in New Zealand that aren't necessarily available in
No, but what I'm trying to say here is that, you know, we're working closely with KPMG, and so we give them feedback as to how
Got
you
ya.
need to shape
And we
up
take
for
it on
startups,
board.
right?
Got ya.
Because they've generally been targeting the sort of the top end of town, and that's a very different service for startups. There simply isn't that much money. I wouldn't want to see my investment dollars spent on a lot of services, so they need to be appropriately priced and efficiently targeted,
We
and that's what
definitely-
KPMG Enterprise is doing much better. And we kind of
We invest in our clients in the sense that our active purpose is fueling New Zealand's prosperity, and
Yep.
that's where we see, that's these kinds of companies that have this massive growth potential. Today may or may not be able to afford certain things or account for certain things, but tomorrow could be taken to multi-million business, and so we are there to assist them to get there. Because they will fail more often if they don't have that support, and it then benefits everybody. It benefits us, it benefits the investor, but on a larger scale, obviously, New Zealand economy overall as well.
Yeah.
And I think the government, what they've done, they need to be brought into the mix, because if they didn't make a flat taxation system and give encouragement, whether it's New Zealand Trade and Enterprise or some of the other organisations, we wouldn't be encouraged to be so involved. You know,
Yeah.
the
There's
number
al-
eight.
yeah,
Why
there's-
sort of
Totally. Do you think, like, obviously the differences between say, New Zealand and Australia, and obviously getting to the government with them being able to like open up different pathways and stuff. Do you think from a New Zealand side, there's like what parts do you think from a government perspective is doing well and potentially not so well from in the startup ecosystem? Because it's quite an interesting, like obviously for you guys to get involved with new products for more of the startups, everyone in the tech investing side get in there in the mix a lot. At what part do you think sort of government starts to play or not play in the space around startups and especially in the digital space?
Well, New Zealand's the easiest place to start a company.
Yeah, that was
For a
it.
start.
That came out. That was like
So
a report, right?
it was number 2 last year. It's the most transparent and honest country.
Who was number one?
1 and 2. It's either Norway, Finland.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So as well as that, with the flat taxation, and it's easy to set up a business. You've got a good idea, and get on with it. Whereas, you can spend a lot of time, a lot of money, and lose that momentum elsewhere. And then you still have to get to an audience that is receptive to a new idea, a concept, something that's intangible, hasn't been created, but it's going to do this. And if you play that out, New Zealand government has just this month announced and started the Edmund Hillary,
Yeah,
which
with
is just
Joseph,
wonderful.
right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how good is that,
100
right?
places for the next 3 years, every year.
It's amazing.
Tim,
So yeah, explain. Talk
No,
about.
Tim, are you gunning for Prime Minister at some point?
Well,
I mean, just
Timbo's straight in there.
I did ask what were you going to do, but he has stepped down a little early. I'm not ready,
But actually, to talk about the Edmund Hillary thing, because it's like a really, I think it's amazing that a bit around Yusuf a year,
Yusuf, I think.
like amazing dude. So talk about the kind of the 100 thing, because it's actually a bit of a game changer for the country. I don't think it's been taken seriously enough.
Well, they've got, I think it's over 100 countries, over 1,000 applicants for the first, and these are people that not only want to move to New Zealand, but have got something that's going to help the ecosystem, help New Zealand. So it's a really key initiative for New Zealand, and then that can be taken globally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even
So-
just their networks and stuff. So essentially, it's get it straight. It's 100 visas per year for 3 years. Is that right?
It's 100 visas each year for 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that basically gets anyone that's got like I guess
Great
they're trying
idea,
to
technology, whatever.
Yeah,
totally
but you see-
globally to come to New Zealand.
But you see, the exciting bit is that we're going to get people coming from overseas using New Zealand as the development ground, and they already have hopefully connections and insights into those offshore markets. Because typically, when we're investing in New Zealand, founders, they don't necessarily know the rest of the world where they want to go.
Yeah.
So that's a really exciting opportunity for us as investors as well, to be working with those individuals.
And have you been linking up with Yusuf with what he's been doing to get in the mix?
Tim is talking
cool.
to the organisation. Yeah.
It's I reckon it's like
Well, it creates and it puts New Zealand on the centre stage as a global hub for technology ideas, and that could be from fintech through to health to ag, whatever it may be, you know, or
Yeah.
it's very, very good.
Just been recently a big announcement from our fellow angel investors in the Bay of Plenty about a little apple, Rockit Apple. I'm making money on an apple. Yeah.
Continue.
Oh, it's you know, we invest in tech, and
Yeah.
they invest in anything that comes out of the ground. You know,
Yeah.
apples come out of the ground, grow. You know,
Actual.
and these are very small apples.
And you're in there. Are you investing?
And no, I haven't invested in that.
Oh, okay, cool. What from an investment point of view? Where's most of your? Are you taking the piss? Then what were you?
I'm not. No.
taking the piss, eh?
No, I'm not.
You are.
It's true.
Bullshit.
No, it's true.
I feel
No,
like you're trolling
Apple
me.
comes out of the
no, I'll show you. It's like.
Stuff you, really. You are.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, Gemma Slacks here, James Kim. Oh, what's up, Jamesy? Brad Barron. James was supposed to be here, but I kind of forgot to text him as well the other day, and it's my bad. Campbell Scott, Matty Knight, Russell Harrison, Josiah Simmons, what's up? And Harley Anderson, and Ryan Pallett. Ryan, you should be here. Paul Ellis. Paul Ellis, what is this? Sitting on a super yacht and drinking tiger beer? That's exactly right.
what it
That's
is.
exactly right, Paul. And if you're going to give us that type of lip, you're not welcome onto this super yacht with an awesome
And I'm
tiger
out.
beer.
I need another one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Stuff you, Paul. Actually, no, Paul. I think you'd be a great addition here. You can bring swapper crates. You can bring whatever else you want. I'm more than happy for you to join the party.
So yeah.
And you know exactly where we are. If you can see our background, you go, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Timber's on fire. Do you have to bail?
No.
You're all right in the mix. So Paul, thanks for the troll. Happy with that. Investing. Can we quickly talk about where you guys are looking specifically? Is there anything particularly in the investing front that you're looking to like at the moment with upcoming, you know, technology? I mean, just talk me through like where's your kind of energy looking from an investor's point of view at the moment?
Oh, look, for us, it's all driven by individual angels and their connections and their passion for particular founders. I mean, generally, angel investors get excited about the founders and their vision and what they want to do.
Back the jockey, yeah.
It's more about that than necessarily the idea, but the idea's got to have some traction and some value too. So we're currently looking at quite a number of different deals. One is totally an IP play, which is kind of very sophisticated software technology.
Small apples as well you get into?
No, it's not apples. I'll show you in a moment the thing about the apple.
Shit, Rudy.
I'm
What
not.
are you,
No, I'm not.
Better.
But actually, talking about shit,
Yeah.
I have invested in 2 companies that are to do with that.
Really?
I have.
I'm keen to hear more. Let's talk through this.
Right.
Is it the tech thing?
No, one was
don't think it's tech.
one was a portable toilet business.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that went down the drain.
I see what you did there.
Squashy.
Yeah. and the other one is counting the parasitic eggs in sheep shit.
And what's the value of that?
Well, there's a
What
lot
was
of
that?
value in that because if you can do it that way, you save a lot of cost.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Paul Ellis is back trolling me. He says, I can still sell better than you. Bring it. Yes. We've never met Paul, but I think we're going to be great friends. If you see the backdrop, you can pretty much guess exactly where we are, and you're more than welcome to come along and add some value to the banter. What's this?
Little apples.
Where? It's not on. You're trying to... I just don't know if you take... The thing is with Rudy, we've known each other for a while, and you say something... Dude, it is small
joking? Is he
apples.
serious?
Okay, I was wrong, you were right.
Oh yeah, I've seen these.
That's actually pretty good, man. Okay, I was wrong. I'll show them. It's a rocket. Alright. I was wrong. You're right.
Yeah.
Totally right. Denny's here. What's up, Denny? Actually, let's talk through... I want to talk through the next one. You guys actually have an event coming up. We'll do a little plug for a certain something that's happening. Are we allowed to talk about it or not? An elevator-y thingy happening in a place around a thing.
Oh.
Are we not allowed to? We're allowed to.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Lockdown.
I don't think so.
I was here to try and
think
add some value to the FKA crew, but obviously
Yeah.
stuff me then.
so.
That's
No,
fine.
It's
Lockdown.
lockdown. Yeah.
But all you can say is it could be amazing if when you talk about it.
If we do something, it always is amazing. You know that. You've been with us out in Woodhill Forest, haven't you?
I do.
So, okay, this
Okay.
will top it.
Okay, that will top it.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Somehow I didn't get invited.
What?
Oh,
to that day?
Kate, I think there's a degree of chauvinism in your organisation. Okay, I will make sure. I will make sure next
Simon
time you do
Hunter's
get
not
an
gonna be
invite.
happy, eh?
All right.
Mitch Head's here, Jay's here. What's up, Jay? Anyone else, if you know exactly where we are, feel free to come and join us. You're more than welcome during Tech Week. So all throughout this week, for anyone who's looking at Tech Week NZ, or New Zealand Tech Week, whatever it is, 258 events all over the country, which is pretty awesome. And I think it's kind of good because it's coming a bit of a brand around technology in New Zealand to try bring people on, which is, I think, is really cool. And I was talking to Jennifer Clamp yesterday, and I think now that it's connected, like last year it was just Auckland, this year it's throughout New Zealand. I think it could be something that should become quite a big thing as a brand for either, you know, attracting more dollars, investment, and a whole bunch of more people and energy around the space, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
What I was going to talk about? Investing 101. Basically, how many times a week do you get hit up to catch up for a coffee that someone says, hey, I've got an idea for an app, or ...
Look, a lot. But what we've done, we've instituted and we've been running for 4 years now our ADI.clinic.
Yeah, actually talk about that. It's actually quite a good thing. If anyone subscribes to... Yeah, do you do it at... Where do you do it?
No.
Talk about the locations and...
Yeah, so for those who don't know what the ADI...
Yeah, if you let me talk, I will talk about it. Yeah, sure.
Go,
sure,
Rudy, give us the
absolutely.
101.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, it started out being called Angelic Drop-In. You know, come and meet an angel. We've now abbreviated that to ADI.clinic, which is actually the URL. At that URL, you can simply book a slot, 20 minutes, and we will listen to the founders or the people with the idea, and we will give them feedback from our perspective as angels. There's 4 or 5 angels in the room at the time. It's not intimidating. It's very casual, free format. We run that weekly in Auckland. We run it once a month in Whangarei, in Wellington, in Queenstown, and Wanaka.
And are they your angels that run them, obviously?
Yeah, there's at least 1 or 2 of our angels there, but there may also be other people out of the local economy that help and assist. Kate will come sometimes in Auckland and help us, and that's always a good thing to do.
Does the location change?
No, we run it at Grid Auckland.
Okay.
Here in Auckland.
Every what day?
Every Thursday, 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Just book it at ADI.clinic. So that's where I've shifted all my coffee meetings. If people want to have a chat, come to that. Because the benefit is that they're talking not just with one person, but 4 or 5 angels at a time.
Yeah, cool.
Because
so it's more group.
It's more about connecting them with hopefully one of them saying, hey, I like this idea, let's take this offline, let's kind of work on that. And then at some point it may turn into something that's actually investable, and at that time that person then becomes the champion, our angel, to take them to our pitch night.
Got ya. Denny says, what up, Robett? Looks like you're all having a hard day today. Yep, McLovin it. Happy with that. Jordan, excellent beer opening technique. Nice. And then Ryan Quick, actually, when is it in Wellington? The ADI clinic.
Oh, look, have a look on the session.
Okay.
It's once a month in Wellington. We generally also have a virtual facility, so people can either Skype or hang out in.
Yep.
But it definitely is better to have the face-to-face. It makes for a much easier conversation.
Now, when someone comes in from an investing side, what's the kind of what's that thing like? If you ask for money, you get advice. If you ask for advice, you get money. Most of the time, when they're coming in to chat, is it how far along the journey are they? Is it usually just the idea? Like, where's it kind of?
Look, for ADI, we have absolutely no rules. Anything goes, so it can just be an idea, it can be a company looking for $1 million coming in, it really doesn't matter. Generally the good strategy is to try and create a connection with your potential investors early on.
Yeah.
You know, if we can understand, help you shape your business early on, it makes for a win-win. It shows us that you're listening, that you're coachable. It also helps you avoid mistakes that we have seen so many times. And it just makes it so much easier when it is reaching a point where investment is needed to make that investment decision.
Do the journey together.
Yeah.
Start early.
We want to do it together. We want to. I mean, the privilege is that you know we have a lot of experience and we can share that, and founders can appreciate that, and that's just a wonderful thing to see happen. But it's often difficult if they wait for too long and then they come with what they think is, and they get very defensive about the baby rather than kind of cooperative about it. Yeah.
And that's usually when it's just a balance between ego and all the rest of it, right? For themselves with their vision and seeing what they think they can do with it to the realities of the market and stuff as well. Was that usually kind of the...
The market can change a lot too.
Right, yeah.
Totally. Taking X amount of time, what the consumer wants or expects can be quite different from when they started.
Yep. Campbell Scott says, should I bring snacks? Yes, Campbell, if you want to get on, we're currently accepting... I'll do super cheese Doritos, a barbecue chicken pizza with barbecue sauce, and
that is so specific.
Hey, look! If we make the rules here.
There's a distinct shortage in snacks, actually.
There's a distinct. Yeah, there is a distinct. We've got the water for lovely Nikki on the happy birthday. Nikki, do you want to jump in? Let's talk about you for a second. Nikki, let's do a quick little interview with you here, Nikki. So, how's the technology in school? Let's get you a good microphone so you can have a chat. There you go. Talking to that one.
Well, at the moment, our school and our primary school, and as at primary, it definitely progressed. Like, certain ways it did was we never used to use computers or anything. And it was all if we did have use computers, it was the big MacBooks that we never really used. But now majority of schools we at our primary school and at our intermediate, we do use laptops, and each class has about 11 to 12 computers in the classroom, as well as kids bringing in their iPad or their laptop.
And are you allowed to use both, either your own iPad or the laptops there? How does it work? Do you get
if you bring your iPad, there are certain apps that you can use that you can only use on an iPad, and certain things you can only do on a computer. So then we're allowed to use either, because each class has a couple of iPads as well.
That's cool. And so how long ago did they switch over from paper and books to laptops?
It was probably not too long ago, because the computers are relatively new.
Yeah.
They're all quite new computers.
Last 2-3 years or something?
Yeah, probably.
And how do you find it better to learn for you?
Yeah, I find it a lot easier, because I definitely struggle with writing stuff in my book, and you can't really then if the teacher wants to share us something, she can just click it with a couple of clicks of a button, where otherwise we'd have to write it in our books, and that just always took so long. And
the majority of the time, will they control it to the main screen, and you'll sort of learn off that and work alongside it?
We have a big projector in our classroom which they put onto the whiteboard.
Is that the same with most schools now?
Our primary school had an active board where you can draw on it with the certain pen.
Yeah.
But our intermediate, I guess I think a couple of the classrooms have active boards, but majority of them just have a projector.
So Nikki, you were also an IT monitor, right?
Yeah, I was an IT monitor at primary.
So explain that. I have a small brain.
So basically at primary we were given jobs, and I asked to be an IT, and so in lunch times we would give up our lunch times and update computers and make sure that they're working.
That's cool. So you get into the tech side of it as well and make sure it's all working. That's awesome. And how often do they do all your different studies are all on the same different apps, or how does it sort of work?
We all use Google Drive.
Really?
Yeah, everything.
That's so tech, man. I'm jealous of your school.
Can I just come in here? Chromebooks.
Go, get in
Chromebooks, there. Chrome Store. Cami.
Yes.
Cami, you know all about Cami. You were at that party.
I do. I was.
You took the photos after I left.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You should have been in there sooner.
No, I was there on time. You were late.
It's true. I'm sorry. Hey, man. Okay, so let's talk about that.
You know Cami, right?
Yeah.
You love them, don't you?
I was with Jordan Thomas was giving me grief before. Happy with that. Talk about it. So talk about that whole thing, because you guys are obviously in the mix, and it's a crossover between education.
Yeah.
So talk about it's pretty amazing New Zealand story. Xero's, flogging the big number at 1 million users. Not many people would know that a small little Kiwi company called Cami, which investor in.
Yeah. So Flying Kiwi invested in Cami. Cami was our second portfolio company. They've done an amazing thing. They were growing fantastically when we were doing due diligence and putting us on.
Yeah.
And they were putting us then under pressure, going do the due diligence, because every day we're getting another 10,000 users. And so by now they've got 3.3 million users.
It's insane. It's probably
and unlike Xero, I would like to add.
Oh, here we go.
They're actually
tread carefully.
They're actually nearing profitability. They're going to be break even That's something that Xero isn't actually doing. I think most people get that wrong. That they're all amazed at Xero, at how much money people have won and lost with the stocks, but it's just the share price. The company itself is not profitable yet.
I think it's amazing that a small and obviously they're, for those who don't know, Camming's one of the businesses that's in Colab, the shared workspace stuff, and it's just insane watching. When they came in on day one, it was 10,000 users. You walk past that, it's 3.3 million. It's so rad. Like, regardless what happens, like, that's just epic. Right. And the weirdest thing is, I don't think they get enough props publicly for how big and how cool they're actually doing, you know?
And I mean, most of the business is in the US, but it also affects, you know, people like Nikki here, my daughter, who is at school and using these technologies, and it's quite amazing and satisfying for me as an angel investor to be supporting a New Zealand company that's actually affecting kids at school.
And helping.
Yeah, totally.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there's lots of others, like Banker, New Zealand company, 2 years, and they show children, and they've got supported by the bank, and now they're into Australia and going into the States after 3 years. And it's all about managing your money.
Awesome.
One of the most important things. So, you know, and getting kids to understand, because everyone learns differently.
Totally.
So with e-learning and technology, and now with bandwidth and, you know, all the hardware, cheaper, faster, all the rest of it, kids can, everyone has the same opportunity. That's what technology can do.
It's even just that, like with the ways of people learn, if it's visual and all the rest of it, that wasn't even an option when I was at school, and it's just so cool. It gives you almost just different ways to be able to like learn and consume content and media, and it's like something that like I kind of get pissed with it. I wasn't like 10 now and had all the access to it. I was done way more damage, you know.
We had keyboards printed out on A4 when I was at school.
You see what? E-boards?
Keyboards.
Keyboards, yeah.
So that's how we learned
to play the piano?
No.
What?
Computer keyboard.
Keyboards.
We didn't actually have computers at school, and we learned the keyboard off a A4 printer.
Sorry, which country was that? Which country was this?
Yeah.
What country was that?
Ukraine.
Oh, got ya.
Yeah.
So is that?
I was a few years behind, but these days, even back in my time,
Can you play the piano now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Aliv's joined. Hi, Aliv. Someone's told her in the office that.
Yeah.
And Ryan Quick says, tune in if you have the time, to his mate Harry Heath. Aliv, any questions? Actually, if anyone's got any questions for the mega team to the left of me, feel free to chip in. If Campbell Scott, if you'd like to bring the snacks, that'd be great. Nikki, would you like any snacks brought?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's right.
She's hungry.
Nikki would like a cake delivered.
And a birthday cake.
And a birthday cake. If someone brings a birthday cake, they get a 2-hour consulting session with the FKA gang and KPMG.
Hosted at KPMG.
Hosted at KPMG.
Yeah.
All right, done.
Kate is an awesome host.
Jordan says, thanks for the shout out, guys. Appreciate it, Jordan. That will cost you a cake, a birthday cake, and so Nikki can have a birthday cake and some snacks. Any other snacks you'd like, Nikki?
No, just food. I'm starving.
Just food. I'm starving.
We're actually going to be at Sushi Train at 7 o'clock.
Because you didn't let me have afternoon tea. You just rushed me out.
just rolling really. Yeah, you tell him. So what else has Rudy done really badly today for your birthday? I mean, let's just
got home.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
He was like, go get changed. Do you want to be on TV? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, let's go. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then we're going to eat anything.
I know, right?
Oh, Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki, please.
Someone out there order us a pizza. Or actually, that's what someone should do. Someone should order us a pizza.
Have you shown them your... Have you shown them?
Have you shown them?
Stand up and turn around.
There we go. Look at that. FKAssistant FKA Nikki, look at that.
Beautiful.
Custom branding merchandise. I think it's probably some of the best merchandising we've seen for brands in New Zealand so far. I'm yet to see something more impressive on the Pirate Podcast. If anyone else would like to have a challenge, feel free to roll up. The standards are quite hard. Paul Ellis, stuff you. Nah, Paul, you're sweet. We should hang out though, because I actually like your style. Jordan, that's cool. Ahmed's here. Ahmed Al-Mukhtar. I think you know Ahmed. You should be here, Ahmed. Ahmed, I want him on the podcast. Anyone else on the Pirate Podcast that we can call out, that we can socially guilt into coming and talking throughout this week? We need to socially guilt them, and then anyone watching should tag them in if they know them, and then just put the pressure on.
Okay.
I think we need someone from Cami should come on here and talk about potentially having the most users of any New Zealand business.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be
Edmund. that is no other country has done that.
Yosef.
Yosef, yeah, totally. Get it.
Someone tag in Yosef right now,
Right, yeah.
and let him know that he should be up here sometime this week so we can talk about that. Well, I'd spend 2 hours talking to that dude. He's just such a good, awesome human. So someone should be. Olive says,
And
"Where's our merch, Rudy?"
where's our what?
Olive says, "Where's our merch?"
What does she want?
She wants some Cammy merch.
Yeah, I'll design it for you, but yeah.
No, I think they want like full bomber jackets because you've clearly given the A team over here.
But this is a kid's jumper. This is from the warehouse.
Don't tell her, hey!
Rudy's just getting cheap, man. Oh, dude.
No,
Nikki's just.
No, I chose
Ahmed,
to go
get here.
there.
Ahmed, get here. Ahmed, come here. FKA shirt. Oh, she wants. Olive wants an FKA shirt.
She wants an FKA shirt.
I asked for one.
See,
Did you?
Did you get a shirt?
Okay.
Classic.
Oh, Dad,
Yeah, I bet you give
Okay.
everybody's going to be a walking billboard.
There you go, dude. I think Nikki's adding so much value to this chat. I think,
yeah.
like, she just so we know that Rudy's cheap. He doesn't feed you, doesn't dress you properly. Honestly, if Sifs is watching, I think we need to start tagging in Sif. No, Olive wants an FKA shirt.
She wants an FKA shirt, yeah.
Yep.
Look, I will soon put one on the website so you can order your own kind of brand.
Sell it to her.
Hey, I'm an investor. We're all about making money.
Well,
You can make your own company about selling
Investor.
FKA shirts.
They're FKA shirts. Yeah, Nikki can run it.
Yeah.
And she'll
Nick-
also
Nick.
sell some.
We're
products.
going to talk to your friend
Okay.
Lee. What's her name?
Lee, someone.
Rachel. Is it Rachel?
Rachel Kelly
No.
from Hamels. Olive also is still coming back, giving you more shit. So Nikki can be the FKA brand manager. Oh,
No. She's actually the FKA mascot.
FKA
Do you know
mascot.
what she has volunteered?
Go.
Oh, look, this is awesome. She has volunteered because she is
think I better be
she's an
manager.
avid hip hop dancer,
Yep.
and
Nice.
so yeah, right.
Nice.
Are you actually?
Yeah, oh
No, I
god,
did
yeah.
tap, hip hop, and I did
Yeah, she's yeah.
Really?
So
might
so
We should do a
what?
little. We
Go
could.
here.
Yep.
Yeah, so what she's volunteered is that for every new portfolio company,
Yeah.
that she will actually choreograph and perform, and we video a new dance.
That's
A
actually
kind
pretty
of
cool.
An investment
film it.
dance. Yeah, you will film it.
I'll film it. Done.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
You know I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, I know you do.
Denny asked a question.
Who?
Denny Morihu. Sorry.
Okay.
What are 4 things as an angel investor? 4 is a bit of a push, mate. Usually you go for 3, but we'll go for it. We'll see if we can
Okay.
get there.
Okay.
What are
2
4 things as an angel investor do you look for in regards to investing in a new business / existing business? Tim, would you like to lead us off?
People.
People?
Scalability.
Nikki knows it.
Do you know it? Okay, you jump in, Nikki.
I
Yeah,
know
jump
too.
Okay, go jump in, Nikki. Let's talk about it.
Because the other day, Dad wanted. I had written
Tread
down
carefully. Don't tell the trade secrets.
about a company, and I was like, well, there's some tips. I forgot the third one, but the first one was you need to have a plan, and then the second one was you need to have a prototype, and I
Right.
don't remember the other one.
Dude, we're getting business intel from flipping Nikki. She's dominating. Hello.
Yeah.
Do you know that person?
Nah, she's gas. She's not on the boat. She's cut. Okay, keep going.
What else?
That's actually really good. A plan and a prototype.
A plan.
Yeah.
What gets written gets done.
And
Right.
Timbo, do you want to jump on top of that?
Yeah.
So you said people.
we'll help with the plan.
They're happy with the plan.
Yeah.
Do
Good.
you want to do a quick little plug?
Oh yeah.
It might be Campbell Scott. If this is Campbell Scott, he's finally on it,
he's
and he's
smiling,
only
he's
in.
smiling,
If someone's
yeah.
smiling with the bag, he's got. Is that Campbell
got
Scott with
the
lunch? He's got. All right,
Bring the food.
you guys keep it going. I'm going to go get the snacks.
Okay.
Right. What were the other things, Tim?
Well, I've done my 2. You've done your 2. 2
It's
from
your
Rudy.
turn.
Hey.
2. You've got 2 coming up, but
It's people.
There were 4.
I'm starving.
No, it's people. People is the first
I
thing.
don't think you'd actually.
I think
Traction
people always.
is number 2. Seeing actually that you have customers that love the product or the service that you're offering. That's the key thing. And then a lot of the other things will kind of follow from that, but I'd say those are the 2 key things that we're looking at. Probably number 3 would be IP. Is there something that you have that makes you unique so that nobody else can do this quite the same thing? That would be really strong. Yeah.
Actually, one of your clinics recently that I popped into was a very interesting guy, but the problem was that he was a non-native English speaker, so he couldn't quite deliver the message very well. And the advice was to pair with somebody who could, and have charisma and have the ability to reiterate what the product is and the value. But the idea was very interesting.
Team, we've got to introduce someone into the mix. I swear to God, if those are the flippin'. This is okay. This is what. Yes, this is actually the dopest shit. All right,
this is what you call a provider.
This is Campbell Scott. Welcome to the team. Introduce yourself.
Hi, Campbell.
Jump on around. Right,
this is my daughter, Nikki.
Nikki, do you want to jump on this side? You want to sit here and we'll see if we can squish in. Jump on in there somewhere and we'll get in the mix.
Squished you?
So Robett ordered...
Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, okay.
Can we make it work?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we can still fit.
And I jump on in around here.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Insane.
I know, it's got a little bit of a mix, but we're sweet. And then see if you can jump in there and then give you a quick little intro.
Oh my god, I'm hungry.
We need to get you in the mic just to say what's going on, because this is actually rad. I'm actually really impressed.
That was very speedy as well.
Okay.
Oh yes, that's
yeah, yeah.
How did you know?
Have a sit down, and then you get on the microphone, and then we'll introduce you in. Alright, so please take a seat, Campbell. Now, introduce yourself to the Pirate Podcast Nation over here.
Hi, Pirate Podcast Nation.
Who you are, what you're doing, how'd you get here, give us a...
So...
We know nothing about you, go.
Good, I like it. So Campbell Scott, currently work for MIT down the far end of the Southern Motorway. Got into the tech scene in Seoul, South Korea. Ran one of those startups that no one's ever going to read about. And then came back to New Zealand about 2.5 years ago. So I think I'm one of those guys that Robett was talking about yesterday. You know, don't know what they don't know. Aren't really skilled up for the New Zealand sort of scene, because the scene in New Zealand's a little bit sort of slower to a degree than other scenes outside of the country. So I've been trying to get involved more into the tech scene and the startup scene and the innovation scene. Know of people that know other people, and they introduced me to sort of Rudy, and that's it really. It's basically all about just trying to get involved and stay involved.
Now for New Zealand Tech Week, what are you up to? Are you checking stuff out? What are you sort of doing?
At the moment I'm sort of checking stuff out. I'm attending a lot of events that are on, some really great events out there that are, you know, really no price, low price, and obviously some high price stuff. But it's just really about you know, trying to meet people that are involved in the scene and trying to gauge what their appetite for staying involved in the scene is, and just trying to, you know, be as real and as being, you know, as helpful and as passionate about other people's ideas and helping them along, because, you know, this is kind of my, you know, one of my little passions in life, and you know, if you're not involved, then you're sitting on the outside looking in. So.
Love it. Rudy, jump in, get in there.
Yeah. Well, he's one of those dudes that I just love. He's not coming and saying, I want to be an angel. He says, like, you're doing DD, I want to help.
Right.
And that's the attitude. It's doing stuff before you worry about all the other stuff, and I really love that.
Oh yeah, I've got to do some work for him later, but...
Well, no, but you volunteered, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't rehearse you,
no?
did I? I mean, you know, I've got no powers like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Not like us to be able to actually wish and conjure food. We're still missing.
Yeah, that's right.
So what are you saying? The barbecue chicken?
Yeah.
And what? Anything else you want, Nikki? Because it's happening. The cake. So who got Andrew? Andrew. There you go. Andrew, Dinny, Olive. Someone get us a birthday cake. That would be great.
I only came here for beer, man.
Okay. Oh, do you want a beer? Sorry.
No, I didn't.
I feel like we're not adding enough on it. All right.
And while we are on the break, I'm here with another plug-in from Innovation Council.
Oh, here we go.
So New Zealand
plug away.
New Zealand Innovation Awards. Guys, get nominating. If you know some awesome companies in the tech space that are doing a great job, go on the website and nominate.
So what's the website? What's the event? Why should they give a
The
shit?
New Zealand Innovation Awards.
Yes.
So it's one of the largest actually awards in New Zealand, and basically celebrating innovation in every industry. So there's various industries, various sectors, and various awards that are given, and tech is one of them. Last year, one of the guys, Alejandro de Villa,
I know exactly who it is.
Because you were there. You were there. I know
I
that.
nominated him, and he was one of the finalists.
Yep.
So doing
So
great
get
stuff.
nominated by Cade, guys.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not who nominates you. It's if you're doing some good stuff in the space, that why shouldn't you be recognised?
Yeah.
And then the support that comes along, being part of the innovation community, as well as the Innovation Council themselves working really hard to support those companies.
When is the Innovation Awards?
It's in October, I believe, but the nominations are open now.
Okay.
And so it's the Innovation
And it's
Council website.
Yep, that's Andy Blackburn's.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And Lou's
Yeah.
I
website.
really like that guy. That guy's a good dude.
Absolutely, they're doing a great job.
Because
in
that's
the
run
space.
through KPMG now, right, as well?
KPMG acquired an Innovation Council
Yeah.
last year. Yes, so it's not run through us. The Innovation Council doing
its
their
own
own
thing,
thing, but they're based next to me in the office, and I love them dearly.
Yeah, Andy's the
and
man.
they are.
I like him. Hi, Andy.
And the message is get nominated.
Nikki, are you going to be at the Innovation Awards? I heard KPMG was going to give you a big birthday cake. Like,
Oh, okay.
massive. The
Yeah,
one that's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be massive, double-decker, heaps of things, and it's going to be 120 candles instead of 12. What do you think about that?
Sure.
Done. Very cool. Campbell, I was actually gutted that you couldn't join the Pirate Podcast yesterday.
I know.
You were mid stroll to some power moves.
You know, the problem with Auckland traffic, Elon Musk, if you're listening, get here now and bring the machine.
He's not. He's definitely not listening.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's listening.
I'm not listening anymore.
Very cool.
Just some, just hanging around and listening and talking to some of these guys out there in the tech week. There's a lot of guys out there that don't understand some of the elements of company foundation, of shareholder agreements,
I can't read.
of the basics of setting up their company, because they're all about the tech. They're too far into building the tech. So
Yeah.
there's all comers.
Anything
going on.
special you've seen that's popped up that you're pretty keen, that you kind of like or think? Want some more water? Or use more?
No, I'll be honest. What I've seen so far, and bearing in mind it's only been a day, but yesterday I saw quite a few things that looked like they were, I guess, replicas of things that I'd seen in other areas. And then when you go on and you check them out online, as I checked one out last night, you go, yeah, it's a cutthroat space, and you're not doing it very well. In fact, you're not doing it as well as something that I've seen in another country, in fact in another language.
So the energy that you're putting, is this outside of the MIT sort of stuff, or
Yeah.
trying to plug into it, or like
Absolutely. So I do I do a lot of bit with and MIT's involved with a lot of sort of techie sort of things, trying to get the grassroots going through, especially in the South Auckland region. I know Rudy's helped out with a colleague, Edwina Mystery. So we got J-Hack, we've got DigiGirls, we've got Shadow IT, which
That's
is
cool.
basically girls going out shadowing tech CEOs. We've
awesome.
got,
They're really good about encouraging the girls
That's
in
awesome.
the tech space,
It's
and
so
that's
nice.
absolutely awesome.
yeah.
And
Because
it's
there's some absolute weapons in the New Zealand tech scene, man. It's so good. I think it's rad. Obviously, what like Francis Valentine's doing, or just there's a whole bunch of Lillian Grace
But I think MIT are probably leading the pack compared to some of the other
that are pushing it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Do you think
I
is
like
that a priority from MIT side around women in tech, or do you think it's just happening and they're just kind of pushing more into it?
I think with the likes of Edwina at MIT, she's really pushing that envelope out. I can't really speak that's the MIT strategy, but it's certainly
just doing more.
It's certainly,
I think it's awesome.
above and beyond the day job.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what.
But you see, she is getting young girls like Nikki
Yeah.
to code and do stuff.
So are you coding now, Nikki? You trying some stuff like because you're doing the IT?
No, I said like she.
Oh, like
Yeah.
no.
What time is it?
You get over it. As the chat,
Beautiful.
just getting over it.
No.
4:55.
Yeah.
Look,
You're fine.
Do you want to text
All right.
Mum?
Wherever.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we had 300 young kids around about Nikki's age out at MIT a couple of years ago doing JHack.
Awesome.
You know, it really was just a fantastic event. They were all coding on Minecraft, and
That's awesome.
they did their badges before, and guys like Andrew Weston from up in Propellerhead, who you probably try and shout out. He's a smart cookie.
Yeah, those guys are doing
So
some good
they're all
stuff.
mentoring these.
Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah,
we've got good mentors. We know Zero pitched in with the mentorship team. Microsoft pitched in with the mentorship
Yeah.
team. We had volunteers come through from places like Tenzing. So it was really, really good getting those kids out there.
It's awesome.
Tenzing, one of the directors, is a Flying Kiwi.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There you go. Very cool.
Yeah, he's into a lot of the sort of leading edge technology, like cyber currencies and dodgy things
Yeah,
like that.
We were talking about that yesterday with Mike from ASB, talking about the future of Matt Monk was talking about the future of money, future of cities and work, the future of food. It was just really interesting chat. Do you have any thoughts on future of money?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin? Talk about it, because that's what we were talking about yesterday. At a macro
You
level.
brought it up, darling. You
how
talk
much?
about it now.
I'm done.
Talk about like Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, all the rest of it. What's your sort of take on all that?
Yeah.
Real, blah, awesome, crap.
I mean, I think it's an exciting space. There's a lot of stuff happening, and there's actually a lot more happening already in the background in corporates than people appreciate.
Totally. And this is the thing, 100%. It's definitely the case.
And so, but I think it can be overcooked.
Yep.
I mean, I'm seeing some people kind of using Bitcoin as an asset class and investing and going like, look, it's going up, so we can help you invest into Bitcoin and then win things. And one has to be careful to be actually sure that the underlying business is just substantial and can actually work, and there's not just a different version of something that already exists and it isn't actually all that exciting. Just because it's to do with Bitcoin doesn't mean it's sexy.
Yeah. Do you think banks will get most likely disrupted from other banks or from one of these other things at scale
It
globally?
seems to me that there's an awful lot of operators in the payment transaction processing place that are likely to have the power to overtake banks, because banks are missing that piece.
Do you think that will happen in the next 3 years, 5 years?
5 to 10 years.
5 to 10,
probably.
yeah.
I think it's already starting.
Yeah, go Tim, jump on in. What's your take?
Let it pay.
Ladipay, New Zealand company.
Is it Lee Flounders? No,
Lee Flounders.
Lee Flounders, yeah.
In 12 months, what they're doing, and to have all the banks in China and the government supporting, and then really focusing on the traveller, the student, and the SME.
Explain for those who don't know
Education.
a little bit about it.
And tourism.
Yeah, sorry.
Explain a little bit about it for those who don't know.
It's a payment gateway that links to other platforms, because maybe some people don't know that you Visa and MasterCard and so forth, the Chinese don't have, the banks don't have that.
Yep.
So they still have to pay for a visa to come to New Zealand. Well, how do they do that? They'd have to go to get a bank check, from Union or wherever. It's quite hard. You can't do it online. So someone saw an opportunity, a good Kiwi tech company, and they are making great inroads. And they've just launched in Australia and the US. So they're going to go places.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Any other cool, amazing stuff that anyone wants to yarn about? What's on your mind, Campbell? Any cool stuff in the tech space that you're loving or not loving?
Right now, I'm loving two big things. I'm loving fintech.
What specifically?
For me, at the moment, it's the AA involvement in giving investor advice to people, and that rise of the trying to build that intelligent financial model that is not served by humans, because that makes it too cost heavy. So you're sort of AI financial advisor, but in the back of my mind is rogue self-learning AI tech gone wrong will throw
It sounds super fun. Keep
Well,
going.
I mean, if you think about it, right? So the algorithms that a lot of the big American investment banks built, linked into things such as Twitter feeds, right? And then when someone erroneously tweets "White House is burning," all of a sudden the market drops, 2 to 3 points because some of the algorithms have picked up something that they've been trained to pick up, which is not actually fake news,
Like
right?
Trump had a haircut.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's real here.
Did that actually happen? Didn't happen.
Sorry.
Trump had a haircut.
No, you're right.
No.
Keep going. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, even though the rise and that sort of that AI sort of self-learning thing that's coming through from the banking, it's a huge industry to pull in, and and I've talked to a few people around sort of how it can help people get cheaper mortgages and really make a change in people's lives by introducing them to the best interest rate, or introducing them to things that are going to make a significant amount of difference in their lives. But you always, my mistrust and distrust of the banking sector kind of means that that they're gonna plug it in to give you almost the best interest rate, and it's a funny one. But no, loving fintech, loving AI.
It's all coming. Everyone's agreeing it's here, right?
It's unstoppable. I mean,
we're getting trolled by Brett Maber has joined. So Brett Maber says, "Nice boat, bro." David Kerr jumps in with "Ha. This is actually Brett's boat." So thank you, Brett. Appreciate that.
I'm glad he likes his own boat.
I'm glad you like your own boat. The angles are looking good. We're happy with the layout. Any feedback on the boat, Nikki? You really
It's lacking
really
some
like,
food still.
It's lacking the food. Technically Campbell came to the party with the food, so
And the cake.
they're lacking the cake.
Yeah.
Brett, if you'd like to not only hook us up with a boat, but also a cake would be great. Nikki would like the cake. Rudy's pretty impressed so far. David Kerr, David Kerr's got the hookups on the food front. David, next time if you could add some value, that'd be great around the cake for Nikki for the birthday. That'd be awesome.
You were asking earlier about sort of stuff that kind of excites. So at the moment I'm working on something which is a company in the film industry, and it's a really small team, and they're doing some amazing stuff. It's a company by the name of Moxion.
Okay.
And they're basically speeding up the delivery of daily film footage when you are filming a film, a production.
Or TV.
Or TV.
Explain. I'm interested.
So what they're doing, generally you have this need for daily footage to be supplied to the producers and the directors, so they so they can choose and decide what needs to be done, what needs to be done differently, maybe in reshot and all that sort of stuff. They've taken that down from dailies, which is a 24-hour delivery cycle, to a 90-second cycle, which is amazing. Which means when you've got an expensive helicopter in the center of the desert, in the middle of the desert, taking a shot, you can virtually instantaneously decide that you want to retake the shot rather than waiting for the next day when the helicopter's gone back to base.
And then you have to reshoot.
Break the set down and move location. Or something could be in Auckland.
So it's a
they
data.
Used it, and they can do it from different points around the globe. So a director can sit there and actually have feeds coming
remotely.
In and go, yep, that's good. Reshoot that. No, I want more lighting. Get a second
Interesting.
car.
So is this something that
that
would be working? Say for like Avatar 2 through 5 in real time with multiple staff, multiple locations.
So Meg is a Warner film at the moment that will premiere in 2018 next year. That was shot using that technology, and that's $150 million.
So
budget.
it's a tech. So it's real time distribution of high quality, high res imagery.
Push through
remotely,
pull through, and all
right around the world.
That's
everyone
powerful.
Talking,
and you would know one or two things about that in your business,
totally.
Right?
Like that's amazing. Like, and especially in real time, just because the reshoot times of having to get the same staff in, all the same. They could get a batch. I imagine they do a batch load pre-morning tea. Everyone sits off for 20 minutes, and then feedback's already
90 seconds doesn't mean you have batches
watching
anymore.
it.
Yeah.
And then putting in comments. There's something in the shot. take that out.
That's
and then
amazing.
redo it. Yeah,
And
it's
so what?
real-
This is a
basically
business you're
real
involved
time.
with?
Yeah.
This is a business we're kind of looking in, and we're looking at investing.
Dabbling, yep.
And we've worked with them for quite a while now, and they're a really exciting team. And
Where are they based? What's their buzz?
they're in Auckland.
Are they here?
Yeah,
Sure.
they're in Auckland. They're
Okay.
local. But I mean, the customers are obviously international when
That's
they're selling
awesome.
in LA
And so I'm imagining, is that like just like some type of like subscription license play with with the film, the 20th Century Foxes, the
well, there's two levels. You're going to have a subscription that happens on a film by film basis, but you can also have a license, of course, for the whole studio, and then basically all their films will be running on that platform.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Anything else that's jumping?
So like, what was the recent New Zealand film Wilder?
Hunt of the
The Hunt
Wilder
of
People.
the Wilder.
It was shot using that technology.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we've got New Zealand's got really small budgets, so they got to make it work.
Do you know Ash versus Evil?
Yeah, yeah.
That's being shot on
Really?
that platform.
My buddy's a set builder for that.
Yeah,
This
right.
man, yeah.
There you are.
That's really cool.
But a lot of
Yeah, so
films
all
are
his
coming back down here.
all his stuff ups we can sort out with this technology.
In real time.
Yeah.
That's super good. Brett says, good stuff, bro. Hope it goes well this week. Don't sink it. Well, we don't have the keys to drive it yet. We'll keep looking, Brett. So I'll keep trying to find it, and then we'll take it for a nudge. So you were going to say something? I just jumped in.
Just in general, a lot of the movies that are made in the world scene at the moment, and the better blockbusters out there, most of the special effects are happening out of Wellington.
Yeah.
The team there.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder New Zealand's coming up with platforms to make
Well,
their life
I
easy.
mean, I think New Zealand is a very credible place for actually shooting films, but
Yep,
also
film.
for having appropriate tech to support the film
Well, even
industry.
like Wipster and stuff.
And
like
the
that.
best
Yep.
storytelling via virtual reality as well. I don't know.
It is. That is true.
Incidentally, another company I'm invested in.
Did you actually jump in on that?
Oh yeah,
Alejandro.
yeah, sure.
Nice. So explain who that guy is, because I really like that dude. And
Webster
he's an
now,
absolute
but he's not
legend.
Alejandro.
No, there's another guy.
Oh, you're in Webster now.
Webster, yeah.
Oh, that's even flipping better.
Oh yeah,
Webster's rad.
yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
Alejandro.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
I like him too, Alejandro. If you're watching, you'd know.
Yeah, no,
We're
he's
working
cool.
with him.
Oh, really? Cool. He's a good dude, eh? He's really,
Yes.
he's awesome, like good vision and stuff. But
Absolutely.
so you're on
I'm
the
weird
Webster.
I didn't want him, but now he's doing
Good on
magic.
him. Yeah, very cool. All right, well, Olive says, gotta go, we'll rewatch the rest later. Oh, good to go, Olive. You'll get your shirt, that Nikki will get the bomber jacket, you can get the shirt. You
Yeah.
get the bomber jacket though, happy with that?
Actually, these two are good mates.
And
Actually,
choreograph a flash
Yeah.
mob together
And you need a choreographed flash mob.
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
match.
In the merch, yeah.
Right, yeah,
Like
yeah.
full combo merch.
All right.
Any other last bits before we bail? Anyone wants to add any cool stuff? Timbo? Any bits from your end?
I'm just glad to be back
Yeah.
in a country that is actually doing it, not just talking about it. They're actually
That's
leading.
right, Australia.
They're
Stuff
leading.
you guys.
Yeah. It's good.
Campbell?
Exciting.
No, I'm just glad to make it onto the boat.
Glad you brought the chips.
Yesterday I
Yeah.
missed the boat.
Yeah, you missed the boat yesterday.
right.
Anything from your
No.
team? Nicky, you want to jump in?
No.
No, you just want to get your cake? No one's brought a cake yet. You must be gutted.
No, I get a cake tonight.
Yeah.
You will get a cake tonight. Yep. You get a double decker, whatever you want. Any stuff from your end you want to jump in on? The Innovation Council thing?
Yes.
Yep.
Come on, give us
Get
another plug.
nominated.
Come on,
Plug it,
come on.
Innovationcouncil.co.nz, is it?
I believe
I
I need to
Andy
check.
Blackman, double check it.
All
All
right.
If you Google Innovation Council, it'll
Mate,
come up.
it's good to see you face to face. It's bloody impossible to get you any other way.
Well, this is why I figured it. If I do the boat, everyone goes on the boat, and then everyone can just come here, and then we can have the beer, we can have the chat.
Yeah, no, it's working out, mate.
Nice
it
and
is-
handy.
It is nice and handy. So,
Right. And
that's
maybe
us.
next time you give me more than 10 minutes warning, eh?
Yeah, that's no plan. You know how I roll.
Look, with 10 minutes warning, I can still line up a few people
Mate,
to come, eh?
I
Yeah.
value. That's why.
Can you imagine? I would have filled your boat if you'd
Children
given me
left
more.
without dinner.
Yeah, we were going to dinner. That's what he told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going after
We were
this.
going to go to Sushi Train and we had to change it to come
Oh,
And it's just worked out so badly, Nikki.
Plan B.
On that note, I hope everyone has a great day. Tech Week, check out the website, Innovation Council, very cool. FKA, what's the website?
FKA.nz.
Done. And then also add adi.clinic. Any plug you want to jump in there? MIT? Jump in the mix, Campbell? Happy?
Oh, just, go there. It's a great place.
Alright, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Done.